The following program may contain coarse language, violence, nudity, mature subject matter, or scenes which may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And good evening, one and all. It is now Wednesday, April the 4th in the year 2003. And this is the X Zone. I'm Rob McConnell, coming to you from our broadcast center and studios in St. Catharines, Ontario. If you'd like to send me an email, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On all social media sites, X Zone Radio TV. And we're coming to you tonight on the Talkstar Radio Network, Mutual Broadcast Network, X Zone Broadcast Network, and on Channel 32 on Simul TV. That is the X Zone TV channel, where we broadcast 7/24, 365. For more information on Simul TV and how you can watch us on Channel 32, visit www.simultv.com. My first guest tonight, X Zone Nation, is Jennifer Meyer Maag, and she is a licensed massage therapist, energy alchemist, physical empath, intuitive empath, and emotional empath. And joining me now is Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer, welcome to the X Zone.
Hi, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, what is there left? You said it all.
Oh, come on. How did you get involved in doing what you're doing?
Well, first, I've been intuitive ever since I was a child, and kind of pushed it away in my 20s. And then I became a licensed massage therapist because I had 2 kids with respiratory issues.
Oh, heavens.
And it helped them tremendously. From there, number of years later, my kids are in high school and I hit my head, ended up with a traumatic brain injury, and took me 5 years to completely heal from. But it was during that time while recovering that the door I had shut was reopened. And everything I tried to not be a part of was like, no, you're going to. Come on, let's join us. You got some work to do.
What was that door?
That door was the door that I closed because no one would hear me. No one would listen to me. No one would believe me. As a child and a teenager, my family didn't have problems. They just, it was nothing for them to call me up and say, so grandma's in the hospital. The doctor's to the point where they don't know what's going on. Is she going to be okay? But in my 20s, after I was married, my daughter was bit by a dog, and I'd been telling the family for 3 years, one of the grandkids was going to be bit. And everyone just, you don't know what you're talking about. And after it happened, what was the point of knowing if no one would believe me? So I slammed that door shut.
3 years telling your family that someone was going to get bit by the dog. Do you think they might have put it to coincidence?
Is there such a thing as coincidence?
Good
I
question.
don't believe in coincidence. I don't believe in accidents.
Okay. Let me rephrase the question then. You're telling them for 3 years that somebody was going to get bit by the dog. Eventually, somebody got bit. How do they rationalize that? Here you were telling them, warning them, giving them the heads up, and it went on deaf ears.
Exactly. Let me put it this way.
Okay.
I got a phone call saying, I'm coming to get you. I'll explain why. I get in the car halfway to the hospital, and then I get our daughter was bit. I walk in, my mother-in-law and sister-in-law are standing on the outside, And the doctor is like, somebody's got to come and hold her down while we give her a shot. We're going to do surgery. She'll be okay. After this shot that was supposed to sedate her, it took 8 doctors, orderlies, nurses, and me to hold her down.
Wow.
And we had that many because people kept coming because they could hear her.
Mm-hmm.
So my husband and the in-laws were in the hallway hearing all this. When it was all said and done and I came back out, no one said a word. How does that just fall on deaf ears? How is that just a coincidence?
How is it ignored is a better question.
Exactly.
So
I promised that although the dog would be in the same house, they would not be anywhere around.
So did this validate your abilities to your family and to your husband?
No.
Or was
no,
it?
At that time, my family knew all along that I had kids. At this point, everyone was just kind of his family, him, like, she's just had 2 kids in 2 years. You know, they're 2 years apart. Maybe she's just stressed. So they had put, they encouraged me to go on medication to handle things. Come to find out, I went on medication so they could get along better with me.
Isn't that? Oh, I feel very bad for you because I can only try to imagine how you felt.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah. With that, I stopped trying to share when I would get a message. And the thing is, this kind of a message, normally when I get a knowing, I know, like I know. I can't tell you how I know. Normally those kind of things happen in less than 48 hours. This was 3 years. I couldn't explain it. But every time we were around this dog, no, it's not a family dog. And so, yeah, I slammed the door to everything. And, 15, 14 years later, I hit my head and
the door
was opened. Yeah.
How does your husband handle your gift now and your abilities now? Is he a believer?
I'm divorced.
Ah, all right. How was it as a child dealing with you having this gift before you were able to shut that door?
I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't necessarily a daily thing. There were days, you're growing up, you're doing your things, and then the phone rings. And before the family gets to answer the phone, it's Grandpa. Find out Grandpa passed.
Yeah.
Phone rings. I talk to my best friend, hang up the phone, and that's the last time I'm going to talk to her. She lives right next door. She's here all the time. Why would that be the last time? But when you feel it in your bones, in your soul, there's no question. It's just more of a praying, please let me be wrong. So these are little quirks I grew up with.
I wonder how many people like you have had these experiences and have had the ability suppressed by members of their family as well as members of society.
Yes.
It's I would imagine the numbers are staggering.
Yes. More and more people are starting to reawake to those and starting to come out of the woodwork of, you mean I wasn't crazy? You know,
Yeah.
I'm not alone. And that's why we wrote the book, because while I was recovering from my traumatic brain injury, my son actually started to wake up to crazy things. Mom, am I going crazy? Mom, do I need to see a doctor? Mom, do I need help? And I knew if I sent him to a doctor, they would put him on an antidepressant, even though he wasn't depressed. They would send him for testing and nothing would show. And so I knew within my being that he was starting to experience things I had experienced as a younger kid. So we kind of helped each other through our situations.
I believe that too many children are being suppressed by for example, kids at school are diagnosed with something, they go to see a psychologist, they're put on Ritalin, and Ritalin's a derivative of cocaine. So what in the name of heaven are we doing?
Exactly.
It seems to be an easy fix. Instead of investigating, instead of really taking a close look at the child, the reasons why he or she is having these issues, and if a child is having premonitions that they can't explain, like my Lord, what are we doing to the youth of today?
Yes.
The name of your book, I believe, is Take on God.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it. We've got about 2
Okay.
minutes before I go to break.
Okay. First off, the title is a play on words from the band Aha, Take on Me. And literally we were like, God took us on with these spiritual gifts and a journey, things that we didn't understand until we're walking through it and making sense out of it. And if he's taking us on, we're going to take him on with us. And I'm not going to lie, there are a few times where we literally were like, what? Feeling like we were taking him on. Come on, I say this is probably the best honest relationship I've ever had, because I've cussed, I've complained, I've begged, I've also sat down and just been like, okay, just lay it out for me.
Come on, big boy, bring it on.
Yeah, just bring it on. Come on.
Jennifer, stand by. We've got to take a short break. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And Exo Nation, Jennifer Meyer Maag is our special guest. The name of her book is Take on God, and her website is www.takeongod.com. We'll be back on the other side of this break as we continue here in the X Zone from our broadcast center and studios in St. Catharines, Ontario. I'm Rob McConnell. Don't go away.
Question: what is the name of the unique blend of coffee you get that has been formulated by a neurologist, a neurobiologist, and a pharmaceutical chemist? Answer: you get Beautiful Mind Coffee, a unique coffee blend that tastes great and has herbal ingredients that your brain will love, and it is not just coffee, it's brainalicious. Dr. Rathbone, Dr. Jang, and Dr. Winslow, the scientific team that created Beautiful Mind Coffee, decided to collaborate on a coffee focusing on brain health. As for those herbal ingredients found in Beautiful Mind Coffee, Dr. Rathbone, Dr. Jang, and Dr. Winslow, utilizing their combined extensive scientific research background, worked with many natural and herbal products until the exact formulation that is found in Beautiful Mind Coffee was created. With a unique scientific formula not found in any other coffee being sold or served, Beautiful Mind Coffee is the only coffee blend that contains 3 herbal ingredients found to aid in boosting your daily mental clarity and focus. Every cup of Beautiful Mind Coffee contains scientifically formulated amounts of maca root powder, green tea extract, and American ginseng, all supporting good brain health. Taking care of your brain's health now can help delay or prevent the onset of cognitive dysfunction, including dementia, Alzheimer's, and more general memory loss as you get older, just by enjoying the delicious flavor of our roasted coffee and herbal ingredients found exclusively in Beautiful Mind Coffee. Did you know that cognitive dysfunction also refers to deficits in attention, verbal and non-verbal learning, short-term and working memory, visual and auditory processing, problem solving, processing speed, and motor functioning? For more on Beautiful Mind Coffee, the 3 scientists who formulated Beautiful Mind Coffee, and more details on the 3 unique herbal ingredients in Beautiful Mind Coffee, visit www.beautifulmindcoffee.ca. Beautiful Mind Coffee is now available online at amazon.ca and amazon.com. To order Beautiful Mind Coffee, visit www.beautifulmindcoffee.ca today.
And we're back. And if you'd like to find out where you can go to a local retailer near you to buy your very own supply of Beautiful Mind Coffee, visit www.beautifulmindcoffee.com and click on the store locator that is found on the top right-hand side of the page. Jennifer Meyer Maag is with us. We're talking about her book, Take on God. And how long did it take you to write your book, Jennifer?
We started just before my son turned 21, so about a year and a half. It was a collaboration my son and I wrote. He wrote about his experiences. I wrote about mine. Our chapters sometimes correlate from his to mine to his, mine, or vice versa. You get it. Yeah, about year and a half, maybe.
What was it like when you finished your book? You've done all the editing. You get that package in the mail that has the very first hard copy that you can hold in your hand. What was that like?
Exhilarating. Just, I don't have words for it. Because when we set out to do this, we were kind of both encouraging each other to put our thoughts and feelings on paper. And as we were doing this and talking about it, I remember the one night, because we both would occasionally deal with insomnia, he looked at me and he said, "Mom, how many other people do you think go through this?" And I said, "More than you can fathom."
Yeah.
And we both knew we wanted to help those who were confused and lost, or just even wondering, is there more out there? And so when we got this book in our hand, it was, not only did we put it on paper, but it is there for others, to help others, I don't have the words for that. I'm sorry.
It's quite right. So others can take on God as well.
Yes, actually.
Tell me, Jennifer, what is a soul hospital and a soul school?
So when a person passes away, after they pass on, wherever, if you believe in heaven, when they would make it there or where they are to be, Soul Hospital allows them to be cleansed of humanity. It allows the soul to kind of be, it's already free, but it allows it to be cleansed, to be healed. And from there, then the soul school, if I'm saying this right, Soul Hospital, I already said,
right.
Soul School, that is our life review. The soul comes to earth, we're born, we go through our things. This is our review. And throughout it, you have to go from one level to the next, just like school throughout the world. And it allows you to make that decision, your soul, how well did you do? Did you accomplish the things you wanted? Did you learn lessons? Did you grow? Did you expand? Because the more the soul learns, grows, and expands, then, dare I say, the better the soul is, but it can continue to come back and have similar or other experiences if it hasn't accomplished everything it was to do.
So if I can just generalize, a soul hospital is where the person, after they leave their meat suit down here, they go to the soul hospital where they wash off the stink of earth and the existence that they've had down here, or
Correct.
up here, or wherever we are.
Yeah.
And then the soul school is the life review, and both the good and the bad are demonstrated in the hopes that the soul will take the good, bring it back to the next incarnation, and work on the bad parts to make them good.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's really interesting because there's many times, and my son and I or my daughter will have conversations, and in the last 2 years we've lost 2 of their grandparents, and we're like, okay, now that they're there, do you think that they're in there after their review, they're like, wow, wish I'd have known that while I was there, because they didn't know the things we were thinking or feeling maybe while alive, because not everyone talks about certain things, but in the review, they get to see and hear and take on what other people have experienced. And it's kind of like that eye opener.
Right. But is there a way, in your opinion, and the experiences that you yourself have encountered throughout your life, is there a way that people can see what they ultimately see in the soul school so they can make themselves a better person before the end of their time and they have to evict the meat suit?
I would say yes, if the person is open. I wrote in the book, one of my favorite wordings was, we all have an internal battle, but first you have to be willing to accept that. And then you have to decide if you're going to do anything about it. And that's a paraphrase, but basically we have battles in our life because we are supposed to work on it, because that allows us to grow and heal. And if we're just constantly closing that door and dismissing it and distracting ourselves, there's no growth.
Yeah. And in life, people give up very easily.
Yes.
And I've always been of the mindset that failure is a lesson towards success. As long as you are willing to learn and look at what happened and say, oh, geez, instead of going left there, I should have gone right. And the next time that happens, you go right and everything goes and you get to the next challenge. Right. So I follow you very easily. And how did you discover what happens in the afterlife?
Interestingly enough, after I had hit my head, that first off, after I hit my head, I actually kept working for about a month because I expected to have pain. So I just, pulled up those boots and just kept on going. And about a month later, my husband was working lots of extra jobs and overtime. He likes to do that. And he asked for a little extra assistance on some of the housework that I didn't normally do because I was doing everything else. And I just fell to the ground and was like, I can't do this. And my head exploded with the acknowledgement of, no, I can't go any further. And so that first week off, I couldn't watch a lot of TV. I couldn't have lights on. I would wear dark glasses in a room with dark blinding curtains. And it was still too much because of the pain. It was just, the lights was too much. And I was sitting there and I'm like, why? Why did this happen? What is going on? And as that door opened and I started to receive messages, then it was like looking at all these little nuances in my life that were issues that needed to be confronted, needed to be worked through. And it was in that I actually started to receive some assistance from some of my fellow loved ones that had already passed away.
What was that like? What was that moment like when those who had passed were there to help you in the present? How did you feel?
Warmed inside and out. It was take a thick, super comfy blanket on a nice warm day, and it's the combination. I've always, and this is one thing I never shut the door on, I've just always felt close to loved ones that had passed away, whether it was a grandparent or a best friend. I knew I was raised where I was encouraged. Just because your loved one passes away doesn't mean you stop talking to them.
True.
They're there. You just can't see them. So when that day happened and I could feel their presence, I couldn't necessarily see them, but yet I could see and feel that essence of them. Sometimes I could hear actual words, and other times it was the essence of the message, but it would be so fast and so poetic and just so, wow, that makes sense.
Did you find that once you opened the door that you had more experiences with those who had passed in your dream state compared to your conscious state? Or was it about the same?
Honestly, it depended on the situation. So yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a loved one that had passed away many years prior, and sometimes I'll have a loved one that's passed away that'll come to let me know they've passed away or that they're okay. But she had passed away many years prior, and before one of my nieces were born, this aunt who had passed away came and visited, and then I saw her, I saw my niece, and I saw my dad. And the essence of the message was, I'm coming back. And she was an aunt on my dad's side.
Fascinating. One quick question before we go to our break at the bottom of the hour. Should we fear death?
No.
We'll talk more when we come back. Thank you so much for joining us, Jennifer. And Exonation, if you'd like to find out more about Jennifer, the book she wrote entitled Take on God. Man, that's a brave young lady who takes on God, I'll tell you that much. Visit her website at www.takeongod.com. This is the X Zone. I'm Rob McConnell. Jennifer and I will be back on the other side of this break. Don't go away. talking about a book entitled Take on God. The website for our guest this hour, Jennifer Meyer Maag, is www.takeongod.com. Jennifer, why is it important, in your opinion, that we acknowledge our internal battles?
Honestly, because when you acknowledge them and you walk through that door to say, okay, I'm ready to heal, your life gets better. The longer you keep that door closed and you keep that pain locked away, you reach for anything and everything that is only going to hurt you and quite possibly actually kill you sooner.
So it's facing your monsters, facing your inner fears.
Yes.
In your opinion, what is the best way to do it? Just facing it and letting the cards fall where they may? But doesn't that also depend on your inner convictions and your inner strength as well?
Yes. Yes. I had no choice. It just, and I had no choice. I faced my demons one by one to the point that after being told I needed to be on medicine, I had finally gotten myself off the medicine while my children were still young, and I actually started to feel again. I was numb while on the medicine, and so when I went off the medicine, I started to feel the good, the bad. I felt life. I felt human. I felt everything. And but after hitting my head, there's explanations for everything we go through. And, my doctor was like, I've taken you as far as you can go. You need to get to an ocean and get to that healing salt water and just continue your growth. And I did that. My kids were actually getting ready to fly the coop, both of them together at the same time. And I was like, I want to come. You're going towards the ocean. I want to come. And they said, okay. And at first my ex was encouraging. And after I was there for a few weeks, he was like, no, can't do this. And so, I continued to face my demons. And that's the thing. As you decide you're going to go that path, you're likely going to lose friends or loved ones who don't want to go that path. They don't. If you're healing, it's like everyone else around you might be encouraged to heal. But if they don't want to, they're not going down that road with you.
Why do you think that there were those in your family, in your inner circle, who wanted to keep you suppressed?
Oh, that's a whole nother long conversation.
Oh, okay.
I was a people pleaser.
Okay.
For the longest time. And so I gave to everyone else first, myself last. Yeah. And which is one of the reasons, like, I had adrenal fatigue for 3 years before I ever hit my head.
Wow.
And that's because I didn't feed myself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, nothing. And if everyone around you is used to you being a people pleaser and taking care of them, and then you pull the reins and say, I can't do this anymore, I got to focus on me at least a little, they don't know what to do. They no longer have that control. They no longer have that assistance. And, it's easier to say, I'm going to let you go and try to find something else. Misery likes company. I didn't want to be miserable.
I'm glad you aren't.
Me too.
Because I'm sure that your book Taking on God is helping a lot of other people to look through your eyes, live through your experience, and say, hey, wait a minute. This sounds very familiar. And if Jennifer can do it, if her son can do it, if they can do it, I can.
Yeah.
Fantastic. How important was your spirituality, your belief in your quest to turn things around in your life? I mean, besides taking on God, which in itself is a pretty darn big thing for anyone.
Extremely. We're completely comfortable and open with everyone and everyone else's beliefs or no beliefs. We respect that. But for us, we couldn't fit in a box. People kept trying to put us in this mold and in this box, and we kept trying to jump into it. But we didn't fit. And the only place we felt the fit was to say, I know that there is more, whether you call it God or you give it another name, because that's what you're comfortable with, maybe universe or something. That's fine. There's a higher power, call it that, whatever. Believe in science. I don't care. But for me, I knew there was more, and I could feel that connection all the way through, but I also allowed it in. And by allowing it in, I realized I have a Bible from when I was in junior high. I love this Bible. It has guided me when I was much younger, but it's only half of a story. There is so much more that people haven't even yet to fully discover, except that we're waking up. And as we're waking up, we're starting to receive messages. We're starting to understand. And my son had a conversation with a friend who says, how can you know that that is from God or his angels and not demons? If it feels pure and wholesome, there's a much better chance. I knew.
And I believe that everyone listening and watching around the world tonight knows exactly what you just said, because they've all felt it. I've felt it. I don't know one person that I've ever had the opportunity of speaking to who has never felt that.
Yeah. You can have an angel and a demon, and it's like, which one are you going to go with? And the one that feels true and right and encouraging without having to make sacrifices that's going to kill you off, I'm sorry to say. Yeah. I have a very strong connection with not only my ancestors and friends that have passed, but also archangels. I communicate with them. I talk to them. I trust them.
You know, I've been doing this show now for 34 years, and my favorite topic is angels, because I believe.
Yeah.
I truly believe.
Yeah.
And Jennifer, we've got to take our final break. Please stand by. Again, my many thanks for you coming on the show tonight. And Exonation, if you'd like to find out more about Jennifer, her book, Taking on God, I love the title. Visit www.takingongod.com. This is the X Zone. I'm Rob McConnell. Jennifer and I return as we wrap up this hour here in the X Zone. Don't go away.
So I was watching the X Zone TV channel last night when I was abducted by aliens, and they kept repeating to me over and over again, simultv.com, simultv.com.
What's simultv.com?
That's what I asked them. They had it written on the side of their UFO.
How do you spell that?
UFO.
No, I mean simultv.com.
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 Right. simultv.com.
Interesting that you were abducted by aliens in a simultv.com UFO last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I remember now last night I was awakened from a deep sleep. My great-grandmother was standing there. She said she'd come from the hereafter to tell me about simultv.com. She even spelled it out for me.
simultv.com, sonny boy.
simultv.com.
simultv.com, sonny boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, you'll never guess what my psychic guru just told me.
simultv.com.
Exactly. Are you guys psychic too?
Of course.
We all know about simultv.com. simultv.com.
And welcome back, everyone. Jennifer Meyer Maag is our special guest, and I must correct myself. It is not, the name of her book is not Taking on God. It's Take on God, and her website is www.takeongod.com. First of all, Jennifer, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I, for one, am very happy to have had this conversation and talking to you about your book. I think that it's beyond words. So thank you for joining us. What's next for Jennifer Meyer Maag and her son and daughter?
Well, we've been traveling. We've kind of followed in this spiritual quest, and we've been nomads, doing pet sitting, house sitting, just kind of traveling and seeing part of the world. We've got plans for more books. It's just a matter of when the time is right, we'll sit down and do another one. We know it's there. We're just waiting.
How important is it to discover, in your opinion, your past lives?
Yeah. For me, it was extremely important. I had 13 years of endometriosis, was told I was most likely never going to have kids. And that trauma was originated from situations that took place in past lives. In past lives, I had been sexually assaulted. I was a youngster who had been, in another one, molested, and in another one, actually raped. Endometriosis involves the reproductive system, extreme pain, a lot of other issues. And it makes you very apprehensive when you're dealing with those kind of things. So one by one, as I started to uncover those things, it explained a lot as to what I had been dealing with in this present life. And I wish I would have known before I had a complete hysterectomy, but I did it after my daughter was born for medical purposes. But that's neither here nor there, as much as now that I know, I could make peace with that when my soul in previous bodies could not. So now I was able to give my soul that peace. And now I feel healthier and happier.
The time has come, my friend, when you and I must say so long for tonight, but please come back and see us again.
Thank you.
Continued success. My regards to your family. And let our listeners know where they can get copies of your book.
Everywhere. Online, you can, type in Take on God, Jennifer Maag, Meyer Maag, whichever you choose, and it'll pop up. For me, that's one of my favorite ways. But you can go to any store, ask for it. And if they don't have it, ask that they get it.
Sounds like a plan. Jennifer, thank you so much. Continued success.
Thank you.
And I look forward to the next time we meet back here in the X Zone. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye. X Zone Nation, our guest this hour has been Jennifer Maag. Her website is takeongod.com. I'll be back on the other side of this break at the top of the hour at 6.5 minutes past as we continue here in the X Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell, from our broadcast center and studios in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. Whatever you do, don't go away.
Question: what is the name of the unique blend of coffee you get that has been formulated by a neurologist, a neurobiologist, and a pharmaceutical chemist? Answer: you get Beautiful Mind Coffee, a unique coffee blend that tastes great and has herbal ingredients that your brain will love, and it is not just coffee, it's brainalicious. Dr. Rathbone, Dr. Jang, and Dr. Winslow, the scientific team that created Beautiful Mind Coffee, decided to collaborate on a coffee focusing on brain health. As for those herbal ingredients found in Beautiful Mind Coffee, Dr. Rathbone, Dr. Jang, and Dr. Winslow, utilizing their combined extensive scientific research background, worked with many natural and herbal products until the exact formulation that is found in Beautiful Mind Coffee was created. With a unique scientific formula not found in any other coffee being sold or served, Beautiful Mind Coffee is the only coffee blend that contains 3 herbal ingredients found to aid in boosting your daily mental clarity and focus. Every cup of Beautiful Mind Coffee contains scientifically formulated amounts of maca root powder, green tea extract, and American ginseng, all supporting good brain health. Taking care of your brain's health now can help delay or prevent the onset of cognitive dysfunction, including dementia, Alzheimer's, and more general memory loss as you get older, just by enjoying the delicious flavor of our roasted coffee and herbal ingredients found exclusively in Beautiful Mind Coffee. Did you know that cognitive dysfunction also refers to deficits in attention, verbal and non-verbal learning, short-term and working memory, visual and auditory processing, problem-solving, processing speed, and motor functioning? For more on Beautiful Mind Coffee, the 3 scientists who formulated Beautiful Mind Coffee, and more details on the 3 unique herbal ingredients in Beautiful Mind Coffee, visit www.beautifulmindcoffee.ca. Beautiful Mind Coffee is now available online at amazon.ca and amazon.com. To order Beautiful Mind Coffee, visit www.beautifulmindcoffee.ca today.